Welcome to the next episode of App Guide. In this episode, we will be solving some important problems on simple interest and compound interest. So let us go straight away to the next question. 38th question is, at what rate % will a sum of money double itself in 10 years at simple interest? So in this question, they are telling that a particular principal value is getting doubled after 10 years, or we can say that the total amount after 10 years is double that of the principal. Then what is the rate of interest? So in this question they have not given the principal, so let us assume the principal as 100. Now write principal, time period, amount, interest. So we are assuming the principal as 100, time period is given as 10 years. So in 10 years amount is becoming double that of the principal, or we can write amount as 2 times that of principal, that is 2 into 100. So amount is 200. Now if amount is 200, principal is 100, what will be the interest? Interest is equal to amount minus principal. So interest will be equal to 200 minus 100, that will be equal to 100. Now we need to find out the rate of interest. I told rate of interest is equal to interest when principal is 100 and time period is 1 year. So when principal is 100 and time period is 1 year, whatever the interest value is, that will be equal to the rate of interest. So if we find out this interest value, we will get the answer. So let us assume this as x. Now what is the relationship between time period and interest? If the time period is 10 years, interest is 100, and if the time period is 1 year, what will be the interest value? The relationship between time period and interest is directly proportional. Interest is equal to P R T by 100. So from this, interest is directly proportional to time period. So whenever direct proportionality comes, we need to do cross multiplication. Hence, the value of x will be 10 into x. 10 into x is equal to 1 into 100. So from this we can find the value of x as 1 into 100 divided by 10. That will be equal to 10. So this is the interest value when the principal is 100 and the time period is 1 year. So when the principal is 100 and time period is 1 year, interest value will be equal to the rate of interest. Hence rate of interest is equal to 10%. So this is the answer. The next question is, at what rate % will a sum of money double itself in 16 years at simple interest? This is similar question to that of the previous one. So here the time period is given as 16 years. So, and the principal is not given. So let us assume the principal as 100. Write principal, time period, amount and interest. So we are assuming the principal as 100. Time period is given as 16 years. Amount is getting doubled, so that will be equal to 2 into 100, that is 200. Then interest is equal to amount minus principal, that is 200 minus 100, that will be equal to 100. So we need to find out the rate of interest. So rate of interest is equal to the interest when principal is 100 and time period is 1 year. So for when the time period is 16 years, interest is 100. So when the time period is 1 year, what is the interest value? That will give you the rate of interest. So we know that interest and time period are directly proportional to each other. So we need to do cross multiplication. So the answer will be equal to 1 into 100 by this 16. So the interest value will be equal to 1 into 100 divided by 16. That is equal to 100 divided by 16. So if you solve this, you will get the answer as 6 1 by 4. So when the principal is 100, time period is 1 year, interest is equal to rate of interest. Hence rate of interest is equal to 6 1/4 percentage. Now if you observe these two questions, we will find that the rate of interest is equal to 100 divided by the time period. Okay, so directly you can find out rate of interest is equal to, whenever doubles comes in simple interest, if they are telling the sum of money is getting double in simple interest, you can directly find the rate of interest as rate of interest is equal to 100 divided by number of years, that is n. So okay, so if you can directly remember this, you will be able to save your valuable time in the examination. Okay. The next question is, a certain sum of money at a certain rate of simple interest doubles in 10 years. It will become 4 times in what time? So in this question, they are telling that a particular principal value is getting doubled in 10 years. So in what time it will become 4 times? So here also the principal is not given. So let us assume the principal as 100. Now write principal, time period, amount and interest. Principal we assumed it as 100. So in 10 years amount is double that of the principal. That is amount will be equal to 200. Then if amount is 200, principal is 100, what is the interest? 200 minus 100, that is 100. Now we need to find out the time taken for the amount to become 4 times that of principal. So principal is 100. In order to become 4 times means 4 into 100. So what is the time taken? Okay. So when principal is 100 and amount is 400, what will be the interest? 400 minus 100, that is 300. Now let us see this two part, time period and interest. What is the relationship between time period and interest? Time period and interest are directly proportional to each other. So when the interest is 100, it will take 10 years. Then if the interest is 300, what is the time taken? Since they are directly proportional, we need to do cross multiplication. So the answer will be equal to, time period will be equal to 300 into 10 divided by 100. 300 into 10 divided by 100. That will be equal to 30 years. So it will take 30 years for the amount to become 4 times that of the principal. The next question is, at what rate percent will the simple interest on a sum of money be 2/5 of the amount in 10 years? So in this question, the simple interest is becoming 2/5 as that of the principal amount. Then what is the rate of interest? So let us assume the principal as 100. Then write principal, time period and interest. So if the principal is 100, in 10 years, the interest is becoming 2/5 of the principal. That is 100 into 2/5. That is equal to 40. Okay. So the interest is becoming 40 in 10 years. Then they are asking what is the rate of interest. Rate of interest is equal to the interest when principal is 100 and time period is 1 year. So by finding this value, you will get the value for the rate of interest. So when the time period is 10 years, interest is 40. When the time period is 1 year, what will be the interest value? So time period and interest are directly proportional to each other. So we are doing cross multiplication. Hence this interest value will be equal to 1 into 40 divided by this 10. That will be equal to 4. So when the principal is 100, time period is 1 year, whatever the interest value is, that will be equal to the rate of interest. Hence rate of interest is equal to 4%. So this is the answer. The next question is, how long will it take a sum of money invested at 5% simple interest to increase its value by 40%? So in this question they are asking us to find out the time taken for the amount to become 40% more than that of the principal, and the rate of interest is given as 5%. So let us write principal, time period, interest. So rate of interest is 5% means when the principal is 100, time period is 1 year, interest will be equal to rate of interest. So rate of interest is 5. So the interest will be equal to 5. Now we need to find out the time taken for the amount to become 40% more than that of the principal. So here also let us assume the principal as 100. So amount is 40% more means that will be equal to 100 plus 40, that is equal to 140. Now if the amount is 140 and the principal is 100, what is the interest? That will be equal to 140 minus 100, that is equal to 40. Now let us see the relationship between time period and interest. When the interest is 5, time taken is 1 year. So when the interest is 40, what will be the time period? Interest and time period are directly proportional to each other. Hence we need to do cross multiplication. Hence the time period will be equal to 1 into 40 divided by this 5. So the answer will be equal to 8 years. So the time taken by the amount to become 40% more than that of the principal is 8 years. The next question is, if a sum of money doubles itself in 3 years at compound interest, then in how many years it will be 4 times? So in this question they are telling that amount is becoming double that of the principal in 3 years. Then in how many years the amount will become 4 times that of the principal? So we have done a similar problem earlier, that was for simple interest. Now we are doing for compound interest. So let us see how can we solve this problem. So in compound interest we know that amount is equal to principal into 1 plus r by 100 whole raised to n, or we can write this as amount by principal is equal to 1 plus r by 100 whole raised to n. Now in the question they are telling that amount is double that of the principal. Amount is double that of the principal, or we can write this as a by p is equal to 2. So on substituting this a by p value in this equation, we will get 2 is equal to 1 plus r by 100 whole raised to n. This n value is equal to 3. So let us consider this as the first equation. Now we need to find out the number of years when the amount is 4 times that of the principal, or we can write this as a by p is equal to 4. On substituting this value in this equation, we will get 4 is equal to 1 plus r by 100 whole raised to n. So let us represent it as n. So we need to find out this value. Now we know that 2 is equal to 1 plus r by 100 whole cube. So we need to convert this 4 in terms of 2. So how can we write this 4? This 4 can be written as 2 square. Hence this equation can be written as 2 square is equal to 1 plus r by 100 whole raised to n. Let us consider this as equation 2. Now let us square this first equation on both sides, LHS as well as RHS. Squaring on both sides, we will get squaring equation 1, we will get 2 square is equal to 1 plus r by 100 whole cube whole square. 1 plus r by 100 whole cube whole square. So what will be this? 2 square is equal to 1 plus r by 100 to the power of 6. Let us consider this as equation 3. Now LHS is same for both equation 2 and 3. See, this is 2 square is equal to 1 plus r by 100 whole raised to n. This is 2 square is equal to 1 plus r by 100 whole raised to 6. Since LHS same, we can equate the RHS. That is 1 plus r by 100 whole raised to n is equal to 1 plus r by 100 whole raised to 6. Now, since the base is same, we can equate the powers. So, n value will be equal to 6. Now, there is an easy method to find out this answer. Instead of writing all these steps, we can find the answer in just 2 seconds. Let us see how can we find the answer. See, whenever double comes, we need to write this number of times in terms of 2. See, what we have done here is we have converted this number of times 4 in the power of this 2. How we got this 2? We have written this 4 in terms of this 2, which means we need to convert this number of times 4 in the power of 2. Whenever double comes, we need to write this 4 in the power of 2. So, what is 4? 4 is 2 square. Now, in order to get the value for this n is equal to multiply this power, that is 2, to the number of years given. Number of years, that is n is equal to this 2 into number of years, that is 3. Hence the n value will be equal to 6. So directly you can find the number of years by using this method. Now let us do a similar problem so as to make the concept more clear. The next question is, a sum of money doubles itself in compound interest in 15 years. In how many years it will become 8 times? So in this question they are telling that a particular amount is becoming double in 15 years and in how many years it will become 8 times. So this is similar to that of the previous question. Let us see how can we solve this by shortcut method. So in this question the number of years is equal to 15. The number of times is 8. So since double is given, we need to convert this number of times in terms of in the power of 2. So how can we write 8 in the power of 2? It can be written as 2 cube. Now in order to get the value of n, we need to multiply this power, that is 3, into the number of years. Number of years here is 15. Hence the n value will be equal to 45 years. So this is the answer. The next question is, a sum of money at compound interest amounts to thrice in itself in 3 years. In how many years it will become 9 times? So in this question they are telling that the amount is becoming 3 times that of the principal. It is not double, it is 3 times that of the principal in 3 years. Then in how many years it will become 9 times? So this is also similar to that of the previous question. The only difference is that it is thrice here instead of double. Okay, so here the number of years is equal to 3 years, is equal to 3. Now the number of times is given as 9. So here since thrice is given, we need to convert this number of times in the power of 3. So we need to convert, or we need to write this number of times in the power of 3 since thrice is given in the question. So 9 can be written as 3 square. Now in order to get the value for n, we need to multiply this power to the number of years. Here number of years is equal to 3. Hence n value will be equal to 2 into 3. Hence n is equal to 6 years. So this is the answer. The next question is, a sum of rupees 12,000 deposited at compound interest becomes double after 5 years. After 20 years it will become what value? So we need to find out the amount when after 20 years if a particular principal value doubles in 5 years. Okay, so we need to find out the amount after 20 years. Okay, so n value will be equal to 20, or we can write this as a by p is equal to 1 plus r by 100 whole raised to 20. So let us consider this as the first equation. Now in the question they have given that amount is getting double after 5 years. So we can write a by p as 2 is equal to 1 plus r by 100 whole raised to n. N is here 5. So the amount is getting double in 5 years. Okay, let us consider this as the equation 2. Now we need to get this value when the power is 20. But here the power is 5. So we need to convert this power to 20. How can we convert this power to 20? Multiplying the powers by 4 on both sides. So let us multiply the powers with 4 on both sides. So we will get 2 raised to 4 is equal to 1 plus r by 100 whole raised to 5 into 4. So what we will get? That is equal to 2 raised to 4 is equal to 1 plus r by 100 whole raised to 20. Now let us consider this as equation 3. Now on seeing this equation 1 and equation 3, RHS is same. Since RHS of equation 1 and equation 3 are same, we can equate the LHS. So a by p will be equal to 2 raised to 4. Now we need to find out the value for amount. The principal value is given as 12,000. Okay, hence amount will be equal to principal into 2 raised to 4. That is equal to principal is 12,000 into 2 raised to 4 is 16. Hence on solving this you will get the value as 1,92,000 rupees. Okay, rupees 1,92,000 is the answer. Here finishes this part of simple interest and compound interest. I will be back with more important problems in the next part. If you feel this video helpful, like it, share it and subscribe it. Thank you for watching this video. Bye.